It's all very positive, that I can say, and it's my tremendous pleasure to welcome everyone to the White House, my good friend, President Lopez Obrador of Mexico. We've had a very outstanding relationship. Mr. President, we're truly moved that you chose to make your first foreign visit since taking office, very successfully taking office, I might add, to be with us at the White House. The relationship between the United States and Mexico has never been closer than it is right now. And as the President said a little while ago, people were betting against that. They were actually betting against that. But it's never been stronger, never been closer. We're doing a tremendous job together. We're cherished friends, partners, and neighbors. Our cooperation is founded on mutual trust and mutual respect between the two of us and between our two countries. And we honor the great dignity of both nations. With this visit, President Lopez Obrador and I have the opportunity to strengthen the bond we have forged since his impressive election victory more than 2 years ago. A victory the Vice President and Ivanka joined in celebrating at the swearing-in. It was a very exciting day for them. Each of us was elected on the pledge to fight corruption, return power to the people, and put the interests of our countries first. And I do that, and you do that, Mr. President. The tradition of great respect between Mexican and American presidents goes back to the early days of both of our nations, and in particular, it includes President Abraham Lincoln and President Benito Juarez, who each held one another in very, very high esteem. They were great friends, and they did great things together, and we are grateful that this morning President Lopez Obrador laid a wreath at the memorials that stand to each of these leaders right here in our nation's capital. That was a very beautiful, beautiful ceremony. Our countries are linked by trade and travel, by history and culture, by faith and family. The United States is home to 36 million incredible Mexican-American citizens. Mexican-Americans uplift our communities, and they strengthen our churches and enrich every feature of national life. They are hardworking, incredible people. They are also great businessmen and women and make up a big percentage of our small business owners, and very successful. They're very, very successful. They're like you. They're tough negotiators and great business people, Mr. President. Working alongside President Lopez Obrador, we're taking this relationship to new heights and building a powerful economic and security partnership. Together, we have addressed many of the most complex issues facing our two countries that really went unresolved for many years and, frankly, far too long. Should have been resolved long before I got here. But we're achieving great strides and remarkable breakthroughs in strengthening our relationship for decades to come. With everything that we have accomplished, the potential for the future of the United States and Mexico is unlimited. Far, far greater situation really for both countries than anyone thought possible. Today we celebrate the historic victory we achieved together just days ago when NAFTA was officially terminated, one of the worst trade deals in history, and replaced with a brand new, beautiful USMCA. We want to thank Canada also. I spoke with and will be speaking to the Prime Minister in a little while. While NAFTA slashed wages and eliminated jobs, the USMCA includes groundbreaking labor protections for workers in both nations. This landmark agreement will bring countless jobs from overseas back to North America, and our countries will be very big beneficiaries. We are already seeing the fruits because it started. It's the largest, fairest, and most advanced trade deal ever reached by any country, and it will bring enormous prosperity to both American and Mexican workers and Canada. We want to thank everybody. We'll have a separate day with Canada. They're coming down at the appropriate time. But we want to congratulate Canada and the people of Canada, the Prime Minister. But this has been a tremendous achievement. It's actually the largest trade deal ever made. And we made a big one with China, too, but this is the largest trade deal ever made. Our two governments are also in close cooperation to stop the illicit cross-border flow of drugs and guns, cash and contraband, and very importantly, stopping human trafficking. We're forging critical partnerships across the Western Hemisphere to combat the cartels and the smugglers and to ensure safe, humane, and lawful migration. And we've been helped greatly by Mexico on creating record numbers in a positive sense on our southern border. It's been really very, very tight and done a great job. And I want to thank the secretary who's here. We have Chad, you're here someplace. Where is Chad? What a good job you're doing, Chad. Great job. We're proud of you. And you've worked very closely with Mexico. I know you were just telling me what a great help they've been. Thank you very much, Chad. We've also worked closely in the battle against the coronavirus, together saving countless thousands of lives. It's been my honor to help Mexico procure 600 ventilators, and it's going to be a higher number than that. They needed them very badly, and we were able to make them. We're making thousands a week, and we're helping a lot of countries. But one of the first, and maybe the first that I spoke to, was Mexico. We have a lot of them in Mexico, saving a lot of lives. And Mr. President, we're in this fight together, and we're doing very well. Just a couple of things on that. I'm proud to further announce that the U.S. is by far number one in testing, number one in the world in testing, and that the mortality rate is the lowest, or just about the lowest, of any nation anywhere in the world. And we're safely reopening our country, and very importantly, we're safely reopening our schools. We want the schools to be open and going in the fall, and most of them, I think, are looking at it that way. It's very important. We're finding out that learning by computer is not as good as learning in the classroom or learning on the campus, and I think you're finding that too. We want to learn in the classroom, so our schools, we want them open in the fall. Following President López Obrador's remarks, we'll sign a joint declaration committing ourselves to a shared future of prosperity, security, and harmony. This is truly a proud moment in history for both of our nations, Mexico and the United States. With this signing, we pledge the close and continued friendship between the United States and Mexico, and we accelerate our progress toward an even greater tomorrow, and that's what's happening, a greater, maybe even a far greater tomorrow. With a prospering region, a flourishing hemisphere, and two sovereign nations thriving, growing, and excelling side by side, working together, and that's what we've been doing. Mr. President, we look forward to hosting you for a beautiful dinner later on this evening with some of your friends from Mexico and some of our great friends from the U.S., and it's an honor to have you with us, and please, we'd love to have you say a few words. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you.